afternoon, everyone. And today we will be seeing the concept of strings. That is, what is a string? And then we will be seeing some problems related to strings. Basic problem will be seen first. Then once you know the basic problems, then slowly we can move on to the concept of higher type of programs included in this string concept. So coming to the first part, what is the concept of a string? Now, as you already know, this is just a recap of what you already know. So we will be first discussing the concept of a string. So what is a string? A string is nothing but it is a character array which ends with null character. For example, suppose I enter A, B, C and end it with null character, then we call it is a string. So this is known as your null character. So a character array ending with null character is known as your string. Now, how do I input into a string? How do I display from a string? Now, we already have some predefined functions which are there for strings. One is your scanf, percentile s. Percentile s is for string and we store it in the variable wherever we want to store it. Another one is get s in the variable where we want to store. So these are the two input functions. Now out of these, scanf is available in stdio.h, whereas this getS is available in the header file string.h. So if we are going to use getS, then we have to include the header file that is string.h. Now let us come to a small program to input a string and display a string. Before going to the program, we can also look about the display. For display, we can use printf, percentile s, or we can use another predefined function, that is put s. These are the two output or display predefined functions for string. This printf, as already mentioned, it is present in stdio.h. This puts, it is available in string.h. So if you are going to use puts, we have to use the concept of string.h. Now these are dealing with string as a whole. The total string will be displayed as a single one. But if I want to display one character of the string, in that case, what we can do, I am going to use, instead of this percentile s, we will be using the concept of percentile c. And we will be displaying one character wise in a repeated manner. We will be going through all this in the small program which we are going to go now. So let us come to the small program. I define as include stdio.h. This will be used for the scanf or printf, whatever we are going to use. Then I use as include string.h. This will be used for the concept of puts and getS. Now let us take the function. Directly I am taking a main function. You can also write it in a predefined function and call it from main. Now in this, I first of all declare the character array. Let us say A with a size of 20. So I have defined a character array. Now in this array A, I am going to store the string, display from that character array A. Now, first we need the input. This is just a display message. Okay, that is printf, enter the string. Then we are going to take the input. Now, as already mentioned, if I go for scanf percentile s, that is also possible. But the limitation is in scanf percentile s, it can only take maximum one word. That means space will not be accepted. If I enter more than one words, only one word will be taken and that will be the terminated portion of the string. So instead of using the scanf concept, we are going for the concept of, let us say, get s. In get s, what we can do, we can input a number of words. It is possible to input more than one words. So whenever I press enter, that will be the terminating of the string. So when I input into this, let us say I declare this array A. Now in this array A, through this input, I enter some word. Let us say right. So once when I press enter, this will be terminated with null character. Now as you already know, in the array, index starts from 0. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are the values present in the index of this array. Now I want to display it. As already mentioned previously, we can display it by writing printf, percentile s and a. In that concept, it will display the whole word that is tried. Similarly, if I use put s, then also I can display the whole, that is put s a. It will display the whole thing till the null character. Here I have used only one single word, so the single word will be displayed. Had I inputted more than one word, the more than one word would have been displayed till null character. Now, but here what I am going to do, I am going to fetch one character from the string and display it. Now, if I am going to fetch it in a character-wise manner, then I must put it in a loop. So, I take a loop for, and I start the variable from the first index. As you can see, the first index is 0. So, I start from 0. Now I should declare that. So I declare that I metro. Now, how long do I continue this? It starts from 0, next it moves to 1, next 2. So this will continue till I reach at the null character, because this is the ending of this. Any string program that you are going to deal with, always your condition will be you go on fetching till the null character. So our condition for stopping here will be this goes on till a of I not equal to null character. That means once my value becomes null character, I will stop fetching. Now every time what is happening to I, this was my I, it starts from 0, next time it goes to 1, next time it goes to 2. So every time I is increased. Increased by how much? By a single value. So it is I plus plus. So now if you can see, so through this we are going to fetch one character and I am going to print it character wise. C A of this. Since it is single type, no need of curly braces. If you want, you can put curly braces also. So if I try run this, I input this. This is the input that is given, which is stored inside the memory, inside the array A. Then I start with I is equal to 0, A of 0, the value in A of 0 is not equal to null. Value is not equal to null. So condition is true. I enter. I print the character present in A of 0. A of 0, the character will be capital T. Next it goes here. I plus plus. I becomes 1. A of 1 not equal to null. Condition is true. Comes here. Prints the character present in A of 1. That is I. Similarly, it goes on printing I, D, E, N, T. Then when I comes to 7, I plus plus becomes 7. A of 7. What is A of 7? It is null character. So A of 7 not equal to null becomes false. Once it becomes false, I come out of the loop, I stop. So this is printed on this. So this was a small program where we have inputted a string by using getters. Then we have tried to print it character wise, fetching one character, and we have printed the code. Now let us move to some more specific problems related to our string. So let us take now take another one. I am going to input a string. Let us say A, B, C, D, E, slash. This is my inputted string. And index values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I store it in a variable. I want to find the length of this total string. What is the length of this string that I have inputted? So if I count, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I must return 5 or give the answer as 5 for this example. Or you can say the null character, whatever is the index of null character, if I return that, that will give you the length of the string. So let us write a small program here. I am not writing the whole code, I am only writing the logic portion. So if I go, I am not writing the hash include and all things. So I use getters and I input the string, that is the string A, B, C, D, E, and for that I will be needing the character array which is declared, let us say 50. Character array is present. Now my work is to count the characters. So again I start a loop. I is equal to 0. It goes on counting till A of 5 not equal to null character, and each time it is increased by 1. So inside this loop, first I value will be 0. This will be true. Then next I value will be 1. This will be true. So this will go on continuing till I reach at index number 5. Once I reach at index number 5, A of 5 not equal to null becomes false. It comes out of the loop. So I have nothing to do in this loop. It only goes on counting. Finally, when I come outside of this loop, I just print the value of I. That is printf %i. So let us check. Initially I is 0. A of 0 not equal to null is true. Nothing is done here. I becomes 1. A of 1 not equal to null is true. I plus plus. I becomes 2. A of 2 not equal to null true. I plus plus. I becomes 3. 4. When I becomes 5, A of 5 not equal to null becomes false. It comes out, prints the value of I. Now what is the value of I? That is 5. That is nothing but the length of this string. So here I had used one word, so I have given the length of this word also. Now, since inside this loop, I am not doing anything inside this loop, so instead of writing this curly braces and putting it as blank, what I can do, I can put direct. Now, as you know, semicolon means end of the loop. So I will come out to the next sentence only when the condition becomes false. So first time condition is true, it increments, condition true, increments, this process goes on. Finally when I becomes 5, condition becomes false, I come out of the loop, this value is printed because of the semicolon. Semicolon indicates this line is outside my loop. So after the condition becomes false, it comes out, then only it prints the value of I, that is 5. So this is another method of writing the same. So what we have done here, we have just found the length of a particular string. So, and I have not mentioned the declarations. You can declare this, that is int I will be declared and it will be put in a main function. Or you can use a user defined function and call it from the for execution. Now, the next portion. So first we have seen how to input into a string. Then we saw how to fetch one characters from the string and print it. Next, in the second program, what we saw, how to input into a string. Then instead of fetching the characters, I count the characters, that is still the length of the string, and I print the length of the string. Now, we shall go to one step ahead. Now what we are going to do, let us say I input the same string A, B, C, D, E. I want to search whether a particular character is present in my string or not. For example, let us say I take a variable n which can store a character. I input one character here, for example. Now, is my D present in my string or it is not present? How to check? So, we'll see that. First, I should declare the array. I should input the string. So, if I go declare the array, that is the character array. Then I declare this variable n, which is going to take one single character. Then I declare the I, which will be needed for my calculation. Then I take the input. My input is, let us say, get s a, and assume I have inputted this A, B, C, D, E. Now, after inputting the string, my next step is I should input the search character. Which character I want to search, that particular character I need to input. After inputting, I need to check whether that particular character is present in my string or not. Now, what will be the logic with it? Let me input the character first. So I input as you can see, I have used a percentage %C because I have inputted only one character. This is one character which is inputted and it is stored inside the variable. So now the inputted character is inside my variable n, and I have to check whether this variable which is present, that is d, which is value which is present inside this variable, is present or not. So for that, again I will be taking a variable I. I will start from the beginning, that is 0. I compare whether the first character is matching with D or not. If it doesn't match, then I increase my I, check the second character whether it is matching or not. If it doesn't match, I increase I, check the third character it is matching or not. Still doesn't match, again increase I, check whether it is matching or not. Once it matches, I can conclude that the character that I am searching is present in my given string. So, what I am going to do, I am going to take an I. I will start from 0, goes on increasing, and it checks whether this A of I matches with the search character or not. Let us take a loop. My I index starts from 0, that is the comparison will start from index number 0, and in the worst case I will go till this null character. Before the null character, if I get the value, then I will come out, no need to go further. But if I do not find, worst case I will go up to the null character. So we continue till the condition A of I not equal to null character I plus plus. Then inside the loop, what are we going to check? Inside this loop, we are going to check if whatever character was present here, if it is matching with my character which is present in A of I index. So if A of I is equal to, so this is the character which is fetched from the array. This is the character which is inputted into N. So if there is a match, then I conclude that the character which I am searching is found. So if it is matching, I am going to print now. Once if I have found the element, then no need to check further. I can come out of the loop. Now how do I come out of the loop? That is the statement. Now as you can see, first I value will be 0. This condition is true in this example because A of 0 is not equal to null. Then I come here, A of 0, the character is A. Is it equal to the character D? No, doesn't enter into this if. I plus plus, I becomes 1, A of 1 not equal to null is true, enters A of 1, the character is B, B is equal to D, false, again increases I, correct condition is true, A of 2, character is C, double equal to D is false, I plus plus, I becomes 4, condition true, A of 4, the value A of 3, the value is D, D is equal to D, condition becomes true, enters, prints that the element is found, break, come out of the loop. Now, let us say I enter a character instead of D, G. Now what will happen? I check the first character, doesn't match. Second character, doesn't match. Third character, doesn't match. So like this I go on checking. Finally I will reach at this, that is index number 5. That is when A of 5, that is null, null not equal to null becomes false, I come out of that. So now my I value has gone on checking, and finally when it reaches at 5, that is the present index of the null character, it comes out of the loop because this condition becomes false. So if I come out from the loop when this condition is false, that means already I have reached the end, that is the null character, and what can I conclude? The element is not found. That is what I check outside this loop. If my A of I is equal to so when I value was 5, this A of I is null. Null not equal to null, false, comes out. Null equal to null, true. This will indicate I have traversed the array or the character array string till the last, and I found that whatever I was searching is not available. So if it is true, print not. So this is the small program to search a given value or a given character inside the inputted string. Now, these are simple problems which we have seen till now. Now, for your preparation, what we will like to know is you have to move one step ahead. These are the basics. Without knowing this, you cannot move ahead. But once you know the basics, then you can step one step forward and go for one movement ahead. So, let us go to another program. Here what we are going to do, I input A, B, C. This is my particular input of the string. Index number. Now, here if you find B is present 2 times. So what is my intention? I will input a particular character to be searched, and I want to print how many times this particular B is existing, character B is existing in my particular string. So here in this example, if I count, B is present how many times? 2 times. So the answer to this program must be 2 if it is found. Suppose I enter a character which is not going to be found. It is not found in this particular input. In that case, the counter will reply or give the answer as 0 because it is not found in the string. Let us see how to go to this program. So let us say I write the whole program so that you are acquainted with it. PIO.h. This we are using for scanf, printf, those concepts. Then I have string.h. which we are using for the concept getS, which will be inputting into the string. Then let us say I write the program function. I have directly written the main function. If you want, you can write it in a user-defined function. Call this user-defined function from main. That will also work. And we are writing in C program. The background is C programming language. But if you change it to any other programming language, maybe Java or anything, there will be no change in the logic. Logic remains the same. Loop concepts remain the same. Only thing is the printf scanf portions will be changing according to the syntax of Java or according to the syntax of C++, whatever language you are going to use. So you can write in any language which is preferred, but the logic is going to remain the same. It is not going to change. So first of all, I declare that is I have declared the array, the input that I am going to take. I have declared the n, that is the search character which I am going to input. Next, I declare my other variables which I am going to use. My I will be used for the index, for traversing or searching. My C is the counter, which will be used for counting how many times it is present. Now, initially, in the beginning, what will be the value of count, or what will be the value of C initially? Initially, it is at 0. Either you write it like this, or you can directly initialize it here also. That is also possible. Next, we go for the concept of input. I input a string. So by using getS, I input a string into this array. As already mentioned, getS function is defined in string.h. So I have defined it. I have included the header file string.h. Now, in this input, I have given the, that is A, B, C, D, B, A, C, for example. Now, once I have inputted the string, my next will be inputting the character that I am going to search. So, I input the character, that is and I store it in the variable which I had already declared. That is nice. Let us say I input D. So now my input of the string is done. My input of the character to be searched, which is search how many times it is present, that is also done. Next, I have to fetch or search, and whenever I find, I increase the count. So I take a variable I, which will start from 0. Then this particular element or the character present in A of 0 will be compared with B. If it matches, then I increase the count. If it doesn't match, I increase the value of I. Next character going to be compared with the search character. If it matches, count is increased by 1. Then again I value is increased. Next character compared with the search character. This process continues. I increase. This will continue maximum up to where? I'll go on checking the loop up to where. So maximum I am going to go up to. Once I reach at the null character, I stop my searching, and that time whatever will be the value of count, I am going to print the value of the. Now let us say I have inputted the character B. Next, position of my loop starts. So this is the starting index on my loop, that is I is equal to 0. Next, it goes on. How long will it go on? Till null character. So I go on in this loop till my A of y is not equal to null. That means once my A of I becomes same as null, that is the last character, then I will do the every time what is happening to I is increasing, so I plus plus. Inside this particular loop, what am I going to do? Again, there is going to be a comparison. I check. So check means if. Now, who is going to be compared with whom? This character which is present is going to be compared with the value which I have entered. That is if A of I is equal to, just like our previous program which we had done, that is the program to check. Now, if it matches, what am I going to do? Now, if it is matching, then I am going to increase the count. After increasing the count, again I increase the value of I, check for the next character. Because once I find the element, I am not going to stop it. I am going to continuously check all the elements, all the characters till the null character. So, whenever it becomes true, that means the character matches, I increase the count, so I know how many times it is present in my character array. Now, finally, outside this loop when I come out, I print. So this will print how many times the particular character is present in the given string. So we have seen first input and display. Second, we have seen how to input and search a character. Third, we saw while searching a character how to check how many times it is going to be found inside my particular string. We'll go to some more problems. Now let us say I have again I have taken a small string. Let us say A, B, C, D, E. Now what I am going to do is I input a character. Let us see. So we have seen how to search this B inside the string. Now what we are going to do, I will search, but when I find the element, instead of printing whether it is found or counting, what I am going to do is I am going to delete that particular character. That means first I compare A, it doesn't match. I compare B, it matches. If it is going to match, I am going to delete this character B. So if I delete the character B, finally my string will become A, C, D, E, 0, 1. This will be my final content after deleting B. Now, how to go for ignoring that hash include that you can add later on. But I declare the array. Then I declare the index variable which we will be using. Then I go for the input. Now once I have gone for the input, then I should input the character which I want to search and delete. So next I go to scanf. So now let us say I have inputted the string, I have inputted my n, and the value I have inputted inside n is b. So now our process is this must be searched first. So for searching, we will use the loop for I is equal to 0. That is the starting index. A of I not equal to null. That means I go on searching first is till the last. That is the position of the null character. I plus plus. So every time it is increased. Inside the loop, I compare or check if A of I is equal to n. Now let us come to this. Let's see the logic. First, I start from 0. A of 0 compared with B. Does it match? Doesn't match. Since it doesn't match, I is increased. Again, I come to this character. B. Does it match? Yes. It matches. Once it matches, my intention is now to delete this particular element. So, if I delete this character B, then who is going to come to that position of index number 1? Earlier, B was present. But once it has matched with my deletion character, I want to delete it. So, if I delete it, who will come to index number 1? So, that is number C. So, I am going to drag the C. Now, if C comes here, who will be coming to index number 2? This D will be dragged. If D comes here, who will be next index? Index number 3. E will be dragged. That means all these elements will be dragged one position ahead if I find the element. So for that we will be using again a second loop which will start from this position, go on dragging all the elements one position before till it comes to null character. Let us take, if it matches, that means my character which I am searching for deletion matches, then I have my loop. My J starts from now. How long am I going to go on dragging the elements till null character? So this loop will continue till A of J not equal to null. Each time I have dragged, I move. Again I drag, I move. So my j value is increasing. Now I have declared my j, so I declared j here. Now what am I going to do? A of j gets the value of if I find the element, starting from that element till the last, I go on dragging all the elements of the characters one space ahead. Now, after this, in my for if ends, my loop ends. Now, let us see, try run this, how it will run. So, initially, I have taken these two input. Let me take my value file once again. So initially my I value is at 0, a of 0 not equal to null is true, comes a of 0 is equal to the character to be searched, delete, that is b, no, I plus plus, I becomes 2, condition true, enters a of, sorry, I plus plus I comes to 1, a of 1, condition true, a of 1, the value is b, so b matches with b, true. If it is true, my j starts from 1. So j is starting from index number 1. Then a of j, that is a of 1 not equal to null, true, enters a of 1 gets the value of a of 2. This becomes C. Next, j plus plus, j comes to 2. A of 2 gets the value of a of 3. Next, j plus plus, j becomes 3. A of 3 gets the value of a of 4. J plus plus, j becomes 4. A of 4 gets the value of a of 5. J plus plus, j becomes 5. A of 5, that is null, null not equal to null, false, comes out I plus plus. So now I comes to 1. So now who is present at 1? C. Already now this is C, this is D, this is E, this is null. So now again for C, again I compare, do the same. So this will be the code to check one given number, and if it is found in my search string, what I am going to do is delete that particular character. So to delete that particular character, from then onwards, whatever characters are present, I just move them one space ahead. So this is the logic, main logic, and this is the idea behind the logic. So here what we have seen, I have taken a character, I have taken a string first, then I have taken a character, I have checked whether that character is present in my string or not. If it is present, I am going to delete it. Now here, this is present only once. It was present only once, I deleted it. So this will be matching only once, and I deleted this. The work is done. Okay. Next time, if it is falling again, because after this I plus plus, again if there is a B, again there will be a match. Once there will be a match, again it is going to perform the same operation. It is going to delete. So this code, it will work even if B is present for one single time, then also it is done. Even if it is present more than one time, multiple times, that is 2 times, 3 times, wherever this will be matching, it will go on dragging the elements. And so we have seen deletion of elements from the given string. Vowels present in this string. What are the vowels? E, and check for small case only. I am not going to check for the uppercase. If you want, you can also check it for the uppercases also. So A, E, I, O, U. I am going to check whether any of these are present here. If they are present, I am going to delete it. So as you can see, I is present, E is present. So these two will be deleted. That means my final string will become something like this: P, R, B, and D. This should be my final string after deletion. Now, what is the logic behind for this program? It will be almost similar to our previous program which we have written, with just a minor change. So let us say I take an array. Here I don't need to take any input because I am not going to search. I know the values. It is A, E, I, O, U. So no more n will be required. Then I declare the variables. I, J, I will be for the index. J will be the value which will be dragging the elements one space forward. Input. I input the array. After inputting the string, that is the character array. Next, I am going to check. Now, what will be the starting point of my check? As already mentioned earlier, I start from 0, go up to null, each time I plus plus. But here, instead of checking this for a single character, I can check it for all the values. That is A, E, I, O, U. So, I do remain same. That is for I is equal to 0. A of I not equal to null. I plus plus. Now, here, within this, I have to check whether it is a vowel or not. To check for vowel, I have to check for either A, E, I, O, U. I check if A of I is equal to within single quote A. That is the character A. If it is matching with A, or means second condition will be A of I matches with E, or A of I matches with I, or A of I matches with O, or A of I matches with U. So either this is true, or this is true, or this is true, or this, or this. Any one of this, if it is true, then I know I have to delete that particular character. So for deletion, what are we going to do? We are just going to put this loop, drag all the elements before. So just going to repeat that loop here, the loop which we had used here. Or G is equal to I is going to start from that current position and will go along till K of J not equal to null. Each time J is increased within this loop. K of J gets the value of K of J plus 1. So that means whenever it finds a vowel, whether it is A, E, I, O, U, it comes here, starts a loop. Within this loop, it drags all the elements of the characters one space ahead, again checks, increases the value of I, again checks if there is a vowel, drag everything before, again check, this process line. So again, end of this if, end of the for. So this is a program which checks vowels are present in my string or not. Now if vowels are present in my string, then it is going to delete those vowels and bring this with command. So you can try on this first time. Ideally 0. This is true. Comes here. None of this is true. So it doesn't enter into this. I plus plus. I becomes 1. None of this matches. I plus plus. I becomes 2. When I becomes 2, this particular item matches. Now, when it is matches, any one of them is true means it will enter. So now my J will start from this index number 2. That is J is equal to I. Then A of J, which is I, not equal to null, it is true, comes here. A of J, that is A of 2, gets the value of A of 3. So this D is going to be dragged here. Then E is going to be dragged here. Then N is going to be dragged here. Then T is going to be dragged here. Then null is going to be dragged. This work is done. Then finally, I plus plus, I comes to 3 now. Again it checks the value of E. E is again a vowel. So again it matches. If it matches, then again it is going to drag. So this N will be dragged, P will be dragged, null will be dragged. So finally, or if you feel that whenever I am dragging this D has been coming here. So had there been a vowel, it will come here. So again I need to check from here. So what we can do, after dragging all the elements, whenever I am going for I plus plus, before that, in this particular line, I can write I is equal to I. So what will happen? This I which was going to 3, it will again start from 2. Because I have dragged a new character to this 2, again it will check. These are some of the programs which we have seen, some related programs of strings, some concepts. Okay, slowly we saw some basics. Then after the basic, we move ahead a little bit. We went to some other problems. Now, let us go for one more problem. I have entered this particular character. Now what I need to do, I want to reverse it. So after the reverse, my final content should be like this. For reversing, what we are going to do, whoever is present in the first and whoever is present in the last, these two are going to be swapped. Now, after swapping this, I come to the next element, I come to the previous element. Again I swap. Again I move to the next element, previous element, I swap. So that means I'm starting from the beginning, starting from the last, making a swap. After swapping, increasing, decreasing, again swap, increasing, decreasing, again swap. So I will need one I which will start from the beginning. I will need one J which will start from the last. Now to start from the last, I must first know this. If I know this index, then I can decrease it by 1. From there I can stop. So if I write the code for that, I will be using two variables to be get, then I will put the string is inputted by using getF. So I will not define that hash include, you will include that string.h. Now after you take the input, next what you need to do, I have to start from the beginning as well as the last. So how will I know this last? We had already seen how to find the position of the null character. The position of null character is nothing but counting the number of characters. So it is a for loop j is equal to 0, a of j not equal to null, j plus. So this loop will go on continuing till j comes to the index of the last. That means index number 7. So once when j comes to 7, a of 7 that is null, not equal to null is false, I come outside, so I come to the next line. Now in this next line, what am I going to do? We are going to again start I, it will start from 0, that is this, and my j, which will be initialized from 6, it was at 7, so it must come to 6 is minus 1. So it is the beginning and it is the last character before my null character. How long will I continue this swapping? I is here, j is there, I swap, 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 swap. But when I reach at the same or I value crosses j, then I stop the swap. So that will be my stopping. If I value is less than j, then I am going to go for the swapping process. Each time after the swapping, what is happening to I is increased. Simultaneously, what is happening to j? It is decreased. Inside this loop, we are just going to swap the characters a of I and a of j. So to swap, I need a third variable, which is the character. That is what I have defined here, a temporary variable t. So we can now define t is equal to a of I. A of I is equal to a of j. After the swap, increase I, decrease j. Check whether they have crossed or not. If they have not crossed, then I swap. This process. Finally, when I come out of the loop, I want to display. This will display me the next character. That is the string which has been already reversed. Just to print. So we have seen the program or the code to reverse the contents of a string. A string is inputted, then I reverse the content. For reversing the content, I take the position of the first and the last character, I swap them, I go on increasing, go on decreasing, swap, this process continues. So this is the program which goes for reversing the contents of the string. Okay. So today we have seen what is a string, input and display, then we have seen search, then we have seen deletion of one character, counting, and finally we have seen deletion of vowels, then last one was reverse of a particular word or a particular string. So these are some of the programs which will help you. Some more we will see in some other classes.